Okay, hey kids, I guess before we get this started, I'm going to go ahead and get some beverage since that's how we got the last one going. So, yeah, let me go here. See here, we have banana bread beer. Not too sure about that. I guess I'll have to find out. There we go. Surprisingly not that bad. Not bad at all. Okay, well, now we got the beverage. I guess we'll go ahead and get it rolling in the other room. Got a lot of topics to cover. It's actually pretty good. And you can get a strong taste of the banana and a malty aftertaste of the bread. Anyway, so what I'm gonna sit here and discuss a little bit is about the upcoming election. And I have some strong feelings about it, as I did last one, because again, we are back in the same situation we were 4 years ago, where it's between a clown and a doofus, basically. I know that's pretty much what they say all elections are, but it really wasn't that way. It wasn't that way until probably, I mean, as far as I'm concerned, it started in 2004, because I don't know, that's just when it seemed to start. But now what I'm more concerned with is, okay, let's look at it this way. So, okay, AT&T went to purchase T-Mobile, and all of a sudden everybody started throwing a huge fit. This is, a bad thing for the consumers. This is a bad thing for America, because now all of a sudden we have AT&T and we have Verizon. Those two companies basically dominate the mobile network. And then we have all these other little companies off to the side, like Sprint, T-Mobile, US Cellular, Boost, Cricket, etc. So we have these two companies are vying for everybody's money, basically. And then we had the smaller company, who is basically on the outs. Their parent company cannot afford them. And so they said, we need to sell this the parent company said, we need to sell this company. AT&T said, hey, you're GSM, we're GSM. Well, let's just come together in the middle, and we'll just purchase the company and go on, and everything will be fine. Well, all of a sudden, America threw a fit. This can't be done. AT&T, you cannot do this, because now you're going to be huge. We're going to be seeing a monopoly or a duopoly, one or the other. I want to say monopoly because basically AT&T and Verizon would control all of wireless cellular activity. And then after that, basically it would be up to the other companies to take the flack from the people who are broke, poor, on welfare, and all that other stuff. So, but anyway, so we have these two companies who are trying to merge. America screaming about it. The FCC comes in, says, no, it cannot happen. No, AT&T, you cannot buy this company. That's a monopoly. And you'll own too much of the wireless consumer base. So, we have Republicans, we have Democrats. And out of those two, that's like, what, 95% of the American vote? Is it just me, or is that a little bit too much? I think those two entities in themselves are garnering too much of the American vote. We need more competition, because every freaking single election, it's coming down to just one or the other, and both candidates suck. They're terrible. You got Barack Obama, who he's been in office for 4 years, hasn't increased employment, hasn't helped the deficit. Actually, he made the deficit worse by passing Obamacare, and now we're, what, almost $2 trillion more in debt because of that monstrosity. And no jobs, no nothing. Obama's just completely like standing on the neck of America and basically twisting her arm behind her, saying, scream uncle, and that's all we can do. And then we got Mitt Romney, God bless him. Basically, okay, the way I look at it, and it really sours me to think of it, but the way I look at Mitt Romney and the Republican supposed candidate, there's a lot of people who still say Ron Paul is in the lead, which will be interesting if to see how that all plays out. But anyway, they say that Mitt Romney is the presumptive candidate. So basically, the way I look at it, okay, we have a battle of the bands. 1,000 of the best bands in the world are competing. And when it comes down to it, at the very end, the last two bands left standing is Creed and somebody like, I don't know, Franz Ferdinand or something, you know. And of course Creed's gonna win because everybody likes Creed. They're one of the worst bands they suck. They're so bad. But for some reason, everybody in the world thinks they're God's gift to rock and roll. And so that's exactly what's going on with the Republican candidate, is because Mitt Romney is mediocre. The entire nation, of course, is going to get behind him because he's not doing anything. He's not going to do anything that'll make any real changes in America. And whenever you look at Romney's policies versus Obama's policies, when it comes down to it, they're the same person. They're basically clones next to each other. So there's really no difference in those two. I mean, okay, so what? Obama is a Democrat, Romney's Republican. Who cares? Romney is all about wars, wars, wars. Obama has increased some wars. He says he's pulling the troops out of Iraq, but is he really pulling the troops out of Iraq? I don't think he's pulling the troops out of Iraq. He says he is. It's smoke and mirrors. But what about he's bombing Libya? He's bombing those other countries. I can't remember. It's the banana bread getting to me. But anyway, he's over here bombing all these other countries. He's not about ending wars. He's just saying that so he can get all the tree-hugging, peace-love hippie idiots to join behind him. And then we look at they both voted for NDAA. They both voted, or they're all for locking down the internet. I mean, they're all about all these things. Basically, when you compare the two together, boom, 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 they're all the same. And that's why, I mean, when it comes down to it, basically a vote for Mitt Romney a vote for Obama, you're voting for the same freaking guy. And it really irritates me because we have Republicans screaming, "Oh, Obama, he's going to ruin the nation. We've got to vote for Romney." And we have Democrats screaming, "Oh, Romney, he's going to ruin the nation. We've got to vote for Obama." But at the end of the day, they're both the same guy. So what's the matter? We need to get behind somebody who's going to rush into Washington, pull out a gun, and just start blasting people with the truth. I'm not talking about a real gun. I'm talking about a figurative gun for the Democrats who are watching, because I know that you guys can't critically think and come to conclusions based on figurative discussion. But anyway, he's going to rush in. We need somebody who's going to rush in there and kick the crap out of all these idiot politicians up in Washington and say, this is what needs to happen. We need to cut federal spending. We need to end the wars, because all the wars are doing is just costing us trillions of dollars in debt. We need to mind our own business when it comes to social issues, because, okay, now let's get on a side tangent. That right there is what is driving more and more people into Obama's hands, is the Republicans being so strong on abortion, gay rights, yada, yada, yada. It's stuff like that that's leading more and more people to the Democrat side, the liberal side, because they're sick of hearing it. Who cares? Who freaking cares? What is two dudes making out have anything to do with our economy going through the crapper and going to Hades in a handbasket? It doesn't. So why is anybody giving a crap about those issues? We need to be talking about jobs, economy. We need to be talking about getting this nation back on track, deficit, war, world policing, things like that. We need to get on the ball, and we need to get this stuff taken care of. And so right now we're not really sure who's going to get the nod, whether it's going to be Romney or it's going to be Paul. But if it is Romney, then I'm just going to freaking go out and vote for Gary Johnson and call it a day. I read that for the first time, all 50 states are going to get the libertarian vote. All 50 states are going to get the libertarian vote. So all you idiots, you lemmings, who are going to be voting for Romney because it's the Republican thing to do, why don't you go out and vote for somebody who's actually going to make a change? Somebody who's actually conservative with spending, who's going to cut all this federal spending crap down, who's going to mind their own business when it comes to foreign affairs, who's going to mind their own business when it comes to social issues, and let's get this back to liberty, back to freedom, which is how it needs to be. We don't need to have a guy in the White House telling everybody their last name. And that's the problem with Obama and Romney, is the liberals think their guy's the guy, Republicans think their guy's the guy, but at the end, they're just lemmings marching to their death. Neither one of them are the guy, because both of them are just puppets for the greater good, or the greater bad, I guess. It's just so stupid, and I'm just so sick of worrying about it. I'm so sick of the Republican versus Democrat thing. I'm so sick of everything. I just wish everybody. What I wish at the end of the day is that there was about 6 major parties. This is the nation's biggest monopoly, is politics. Because you either vote for Republican or Democrat. When it gets down to the ticket in November, they're both so corporate, mainstream, mediocrity, nonsense that a vote for either one is not going to do a hill of beans for the nation. we need about 5 different parties, and we need to have some of these people start voting for the other parties instead of voting for the Republicans or Democrats. Everybody just voting for what's on their card. We need to do with party identification altogether and vote for the guy who's going to do the job. Quit voting for the lesser of two evils and start voting for the guy that you want to see in office. And that's the problem right there. But I think I'm done ranting enough for one night. I just wanted to do a video in a new place. You can see all this crap on the wall is not mine. It's all the wife's, because for some reason the bedroom's the anime room. So I do apologize for all this garbage being in the background. If I had my choice, I'd have some tooth and nail posters up there, The Blamed, Unashamed, Crux, you know, all those good bands up there. But that's the living room and all that's where, you know, the normal stuff is. The bedroom is where the anime crap is. Sorry, I had a hangnail there. So, but yeah, so never mind that. But this is a new setup for the time being. I'm pretty excited about it. Full 1080p, and all kinds of other good stuff. So yeah, it'll be fun. So I guess that's all, and thank you for watching. Please go out and vote. I don't care if you vote for Obama, you vote for Romney, you vote for Ron Paul, you vote for Gary Johnson, you vote for, you know, whoever else, the Green Party candidate. I don't care. Just go out and vote. But please don't vote for the lesser two evils. Vote for the guy you think would be the best guy in office. And maybe we'll actually get some votes for somebody who'd actually be a good candidate for the office. But thank you for watching, and everybody have a great night and enjoy yourselves.